So now we will see this rounding of concept for multiplication and division. So now in addition and subtraction, we have noticed how to do the rounding off. Is it yes? So coming to the multiplication and division, so let us see certain rules we have been followed, how to rounding off the thing and how many significant figures are there. That is all we have been followed certain rules. So you have to remember while you are solving the numericals, each rule you have to remember. Then only you can able to solve mainly in error analysis concepts and all. So next multiplication and division, right? The result is in the end, the result when we have to do rounding off, only at the end, the result is in the end rounded off to same number of significant figures. That is very important. Significant figures as present in the value with the least significant result. Value with the least significant figure. So that is what you have to follow in the multiplication and division also. So let us take now question number 1. All of you observe very carefully. So what it is? If I have taken question number 1 right now, 2.1 into 2.1, multiply it and tell me how much it is. So first of all, tell me how many significant figures in this? 2 significant figures. In this also, how many significant figures? 2 significant figures. So least significant figures, how many? Least significant figures are 2 only. Now multiply it and tell me how much it will come. 2.1 into 2.1, which is equals to 4.41 will come. So 4.41 is it right? We have to make it into what? Least significant figures. So we have to rounding off to what? 4.4. Yeah. So round off to 2 significant figures. So what is the answer? 4.4. That is what you have to do it. Next, 142.06. Question number 2. 142.06 into 0.23. Now tell me how many significant figures here? How many significant figures in this? 5. In this, how many significant figures?
2 significant.
Because 0 is not valid here. Do you notice that, everybody? It is not trapped between two non-zero numbers. Like that, all the rules you have to remember. Now, you multiply it and tell me what is the answer will come. It will come around 32.6728. It will come. Now, you observe that we have to rounding up to how many digits? We have to rounding up to how many significant figures? Least. Least means how many?
2.
Least means how many?
2 significant figures.
2 significant figures. Only 2 should come. And as we know, this 6 is greater than 5 or less than 5 or equals to 5? Greater than 5. Then we have to rounding up to 2 significant figures. Can you tell me what is the answer?
33.
33. Understand, Pradosh?
Sir.
That is what. So if suppose if it is a 3 significant figures, then we can rounding up to what? 6. But 6 means next digit is greater than 5, but still it is a what? Even number or odd number? It is even number. So it is not. So 36.6 will 32.6 will come. As it is only 2 significant figures least. So this 6 is greater than 5. So we can say rounding off the 2 significant figures. What is the answer? 33. That's all it is. Next, question number 3. 0.90 divided by 4.26. Now tell me, what is the division? So first of all, tell me how many significant figures here? 2 significant figures. In this, how many significant figures?
3 significant
figures. So now do the division and tell me answer. What is the answer? If you divide this one, you will get 0.21126. But we have to rounding up to how many significant figures? Least. Least means how many? 2. So what is the answer? 0.21126.
2.
That is the answer. So that is what multiplication and division rule, and as well as addition and subtraction rule. How to rounding off? What is the rules we have to follow? You have to remember it. So these all the things will be helpful for us in the case of numericals when we are solving. So let us see now. This is all about the rounding of concepts. Till now, anyone have any doubt in the last class about this concept? Please let me know. So nothing, just we have to multiply it. First of all, you must able to be very perfect in identifying the significant figures in a given digits, in the given numbers. Then you have to be first multiply and then rounding off to the least significant figures in the given numbers. That is what you have to follow. But when you are rounding up, you have to be very, very careful. Like certain rules, like either it is like 3 digits means that the third digit is greater than 5 or equals to 5 or less than 5, that all the things, odd number or even number, these all the things we have to remember. Is it okay, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So next we are going to study the next concept is error analysis. So now let us comes to the error analysis. This is the most important concept, and so many NEET and JEE questions we can find in this every year. So what is the meaning of error analysis? So let us discuss. Basically, you might have done certain practicals in class 10th and class 9th in our physics lab, and you might be notice it. Already in the manual, they used to give certain kind of data with the same angles and the same kind of data. Even if you analyze it, even for finding resistance or even finding the incident angle, reflected angle and all, definitely we'll get, for example, observe that the data given in the manual is showing some kind of data. The what we are actually obtaining in experimenting, definitely it has some difference. Yes or no? Definitely some difference will be there. Yes. Most probably is to copy from the manual itself. So, but if you have done the experimentally, definitely we are having some kind of difference between the exact values given in the manual, reference values, and the values which we obtained experimentally. Is it yes or no? Yes?
Sir.
The values which
Yes,
is
sir.
given, the values which is given manually, actually they are the ideal values, which that values we used to call it as basically actual values. So actual value, or we will say basically a true value. Now, if we have been conducted experiment and whatever the values we are obtaining, that values we used to call it as measured values. Now, even though however you perform activity very strictly, very ideally, whatever the hard work you have done, always we are having some difference between actual value and measured value. Is it yes or no, everybody? Yes. So definitely, at least in certain place, we people will be having some difference between the measured value and the true value or absolute actual value of a quantity. That is only will gives you the what? That difference only what we used to call the difference only we called as error. Now, what kind of error it is and how to find it? These all the things let us discuss now. So, if you have been found it, the first kind of error which we are going to study in this error analysis is absolute error. Right? We are having a certain various types of errors. So that is all. This entire concept is present. So first concept which we are going to study is what? Absolute error. So write the definition. The magnitude of difference between the magnitude of, I hope you all people knows what is magnitude. Is it yes? The magnitude of, anybody don't know what is magnitude? Laksha? The magnitude of difference between the true value. For those who don't know, magnitude means true value and measured value of a quantity. So that is only, so what exact difference between the true value and measured value is only called as what error? Everybody? We used to call it as absolute error. So let a quantity is measured in n times. If I have taken in n number of times I measured. Let a quantity Let a quantity is measured. How many times we have measured? 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4 time, 5 time, 6 time. Like that we measured how many times? We measured n times. Are you clear, everybody? Yes, please. We measured n times. Then the measurements are, observe very carefully. Then the measurements are like x1 comma x2 comma x3 comma and so on. How many times we are measuring? N times. Then what will come up? X n. Yeah, so that is what the measurements. So I measured particular quantity. I don't know what quantity it is. It is any physical quantity. I measured n number of times. Then the measurements of my values. The measurement 1 x1, measurement 2 x2, measurement 3 x3. Like that, how many times I measured? X power n times. Sorry, xn times. Now, what is the true value from this? If you have taken the true value, so true value how to obtain? True value, or else we can say, also we can call it as mean value. So by this time you understand mathematics also you'll get it, mean. So what do you mean by mean? So let me take true value is xm, or I will take it as a x. X is equals to, what do you mean by that? Mean means, everybody? What do you mean?
Observations by number of observations.
Yes, sum of this all the sum of all these measurements divided by total number of times. That's all. So x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus and so on till where? Xn divided by number of times is n. So that is what will give you always true value. Is it okay, everybody? Yes? All of you? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now let us take next. What is the absolute error? Sir, how to obtain the absolute error? Let us find it now. Absolute error means, be very careful. So absolute error means we are obtaining the true value. What is the name of the true value? What is the name of the true value? True value assumed as a what? True value assumed as a what, guys? Can you hear me, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if you notice it, what is the true value we have obtained? So mean value or true value, which is equals to what? We assumed as a what? Mean value means this is what? X. So now if you want to obtain the absolute error, so what is absolute error means? Definition. All of you read what is absolute error? What is absolute error means? It is a difference between the true value measured, understanding true value and measured value of a quantity. What is the measured values? X1, X2, X3 and Xn is the measured values. Now if I want to obtain the absolute error means I have to do the absolute error. X1 is equals to, all of you observe, true value minus measured value will give you the error. Do you understand, Pradosh? Error indicating delta will represent error is always indicating delta it is. So the change in true value minus measured value is only called as error. Same way, next error 2. Error 2, how much it will come? Absolute error 2. X minus x2. And absolute error 3. What will come? X minus x3. So true value minus measured value. True value minus measured value. True value minus measured value. Like this we are doing n number of times. Then last one, at last, x power n, sorry, delta xn is equals to what will come? X minus xn. So that is what you have to remember it. For example, sometimes you might be noticing I have got a true value is, for example, 2.4 and measurement value I got 2.5. Then what is the error? Can you tell me absolute error, positive or negative or same? Yes, please. It is negative 0.1. Then I'm saying absolute error is what? Negative or positive? Negative. Sometimes 2.4 minus 2.3. Then it will come what? Positive.
Positive.
So like the absolute error, maybe it is positive or maybe it is can be positive or maybe what it is? It may be negative. So that is why. So we may get delta x1, delta x2, delta x3. Maybe it may come positive or maybe it may come negative. So that is why we people always will take mean absolute error. If you go for the mean absolute error, so let us see how we can find mean absolute error means finally delta x is the absolute error, mean absolute error. So is equals to delta x1, mod of delta x1 plus mod of delta x2. What do you mean by mod? Anybody tell? 10th class also it will come. Mod means what? Inside either it is positive or negative. Finally it will turns into what? Mod indicate what, guys? Finally it will turns into what? Positive only. That is what. Keep it in mind. Mod indicating, suppose here minus 0.1. Final answer how much of those? 0.1.
0.
You have a 0.5. Final answer is what? 0.5 only. So these lines are indicating mod. So mod of anything is positive. Inside either negative or positive, nothing will happen. It will be positive only. Is it okay, everybody? Everybody? Yes. So that is what. So if you want to find the mean absolute error means sum of the absolute errors divided by number of absolute errors. So that is only will give you mean absolute error. Is it okay, everybody? Yes, please. All of you.
Yes, sir.
So if you want to write, for example, mean absolute error, if you want, like for example, I'll write like this. So you can see 34 plus or minus 0.2. So means in the sense of what? This 34 is a what? Can you tell me? 34 is a what actually? It is the true value. And plus or minus 2 is a what actually? It is the absolute error. That is what? Mean absolute error. So can you tell me in the format how it will come? X plus or minus delta x. Understand, Pradosh? How to write? Yes.
Yes, sir.
True value plus or minus 0.2, indicating true value plus or minus absolute error. So in such a way, we have to find the absolute error and as well as mean absolute error. So in this concept, anyone having any doubt, please kindly let me know. Have you understood how to find true value, how to find absolute error, and how to find mean absolute error? Is it okay? Nothing, Laksha. See, I will write finally. For example, I have given a quantity like the question is 34 plus or minus 0.2 means this 34 is actually a what? True value. And error, the absolute error which we are obtaining, it may be a plus or minus 0.2. So that absolute error only we are representing with what? Delta x. Absolute, mean absolute error is only delta x. So it may be a plus or minus 2 and x is actually indicating the what? True value it is. Understand? So whenever we are doing the measured values x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, like x power n, then if you want to find the true value, you have to do the average. Then if you want to find the absolute error means the true value minus one measurement 1, true value minus measurement 2, true value minus measurement 3, true value minus measurement n. That is like that n number of times you have to find the what is the absolute error between every kind of observation. Later you have to find what is that error, how much it is. I cannot say because one time it is coming minus, one time coming plus, one time coming 0, one time coming negative, like that I cannot say. That is why I should say common error. That common absolute error only we used to call it as mean absolute error. So mean absolute error means what? That is commonly I am taking delta x is the mean absolute error, which is equals to mod of all the absolute errors divided by n number of absolute errors. That's all. It will give you always mean absolute error. Then you can represent true value plus absolute error plus or minus, like x plus or minus delta x, indicating that this x is indicating the true value, and plus or minus this 0.2 is indicating the absolute mean absolute error. Understand, Laksha? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. See, here delta x1, for example, minus 0.1, here 0.5, here 0.2, 0.3, like that n number of times. But if you have done n number of times, what is the value we are getting exactly? It is equals to what? 0.2, that is. So I cannot say every time error is minus 0.1, error is plus 0.5, error is 0.3, like that. So I am finding the mean absolute error and I am saying that it is plus or minus 0.2 at a time. Understand, brothers? Clear?
Sir.
Yes. Next, this is the first type of error, absolute error. Second type of error, relative error or fractional error. Second error, relative error. Very interesting questions. You will find it in this error analysis. Very important topic. Second one is fractional error. Relative error, or we can say fractional error. Fractional error means, be very careful, nothing is there, delta x divided by x. So you might be understand what is the meaning of that. Delta x mean what? We have done till now, up. What is that?
Minus x1.
Mean absolute error divided by x means what, brothers? We have done x means what? Just now I told you. True value. Or we can say true value. What is another name? What is another name of true value? Nobody writes. Mean value. That's all. So then they are saying if this is what about the relative error or fractional error. So whenever they will ask in the exam, find the relative error or fractional error, what you have to do? You have to find the mean absolute error and you have to find the mean value and you have to divide it. Is it clear, everybody? Acha? Yes?
sir.
Next, third kind of error is percentage error. Percentage error, very simple. Percentage error means fractional error into 100. Fractional error into 100. Now tell me, fractional error means what is the formula? Delta x divided by x into 100. Mr. Rudreshwar, can you hear me? Everybody understand?
Yes, sir.
Baksha? Clear?
Yes.
Yeah. So now, this is what percentage error. So till 3, shall we solve one question? Are you all okay? Shall we solve? Yes. Question
Yes.
number 1, you write it. The different measurements of length of a rod are the different measurements of length of a rod, or nobody will say, you be very careful, this kind of thing people will never spend 1 minute also, but NEET exam definitely 3 more 4 mark. I'll show you how they will ask you. 4.2, 4.5, 4.4, 4.3, 4.6 in centimeter. Are you all clear? That is the measured values. Now first one, calculate the mean value. Calculate the mean value means what is actually it is. Calculate the mean value means what it is. Which value?
True value.
Mean value means we have to find what? True value. True value means what? X. Next, find the absolute error. Next, find the absolute error. Next, third one, mean absolute error. Mean absolute error. And last one, fractional error. Okay, fractional error. And last one more thing is there. What is that? Percentage error.
Percentage.
Clear? That is what. Now, let us find first one. Calculate mean value or true value. How to find mean value or true value? What I told you. What is the formula? So mean value x is equals to sum of all the datas, x1 plus, x2 plus, x3 plus, and so on till how many? Xn divided by n. So which is equals to, given values, tell me how many given. Read the question. 4.2 plus, 4.5 plus, 4.4 plus, 4.3 plus, 4.6 divided by how many values they have given? Check it, everybody, totally.
5.
5. Yes, everybody, are you clear? Aswita, Manya, that is what. So do this
Yes,
and
sir.
average fastly. What is the average, brothers? Do fast. Let me see how fastly people will do.
2 by 5.
Yes. How much?
Sir, 22.
22. Divide by 5 is there, correct?
Sir.
How
4.
much? 4.4. Verify it. You're getting or not? Yes. Next. Absolute error. So absolute error means what, guys? Absolute error means what? Mean value minus measurements, every measurement. So first absolute error, delta x1 is equals to x minus x1, which is equals to what? X value how much, ra? 4.4 minus x1 value 4.2, which is equals to what is the error? You should tell me, I should not say 0.2. Delta x2 is equals to x minus x2 is equals to fastly 4.4 minus 4.5. How much is the error?
minus
Minus
0.1.
0.1.
0.1. Next, delta x3 is equals to x minus x3 is equals to 4.4 minus 4.4. What is the error? 0. Next, delta x4 is equals to x minus x4 is equals to 4.4 minus 4.3. What is the error? 0.1. Next, delta x5 is equals to x minus x5 is equals to, yes please, 4.4 minus 4.4 minus 4.6, which is equals to minus 0.1.
Minus 0.2.
Above, you got the 4.4 or not? That you tell me first. Have you got the 4.4, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, girls, do it. Mr. Pradosh completed. So that is absolute
Sir.
error. Fine. Next, mean absolute error. What is the formula? Mean absolute error. Delta x is equals to what we have done? Mod of delta x1 plus mod of delta x2 plus same way mod of delta x3 plus mod of delta x4 so on delta xn divided by n. So then substitute the values, everybody. Delta x1 value how much, ma? 0.2. Mod value, mod of everything is positive only. Say next one 0 minus 0.1. Next one 0. Next one 0.1. Next one minus of 0.2 mod divided by 5. So if you have done this, everything is mod means all positive only. 0.2 plus 0.1 plus 0 plus 0.1 plus 0.2 divided by 5. So if you have done this, which is equals to how much it will come? Check it. 0.6 divided by 5, which is equals to 6 by 50. So 6 by 50 means what is the value? Aswita? 0.12. So that is what. Clear? So now I will write, let's see that x plus or minus delta x. So what is I have written? What is x value? We have got it. 4.4 plus or minus delta value is 0.12. Is it okay, guys? Everybody understood or not, Laksha, now?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
that is. Next, fractional error. What is the fractional error formula? Samya, fractional error is equals to what? Delta x divided by x, which is equals to 0.12 divided by 4.4. If we solve this, 0.027. That is a fractional error. Understand, Mr. Rudreswar? Yes. Next, last one. Percentage error. What is the meaning of percentage error? We have done that. Fractional error, yes please, into 100. So which is equals to 0.12 divided by 4.4 into 100. So if you have done that, you will get it. How much it will come? 2.72 will come. So verify it, everybody. Any doubt, anybody can ask me. So this is how we need to find 4 absolute errors. Any doubt, guys? Yes,
Yes,
please.
sir.
Are you all clear?
Sir.
Any doubt? Anyone can ask. Clear, everybody? Yes?
Sir.
Yeah. So please take it. Next. Keep reading. So this is what the question. I hope you all understand how to calculate the errors now. Are you clear, everybody? Now, let us go to the propagation of errors means addition and subtraction. How we people can do it? Propagation of errors. So we start, everybody. Propagation of errors. We will take first one, addition and subtraction. Write it. Above question is completed or not? If answer is completed only, we'll go. Otherwise, I will wait. Is it completed? Yes.
sir.
All of you. Understood or not, ma?
Yes.
Yeah. So that is what. Now you have to remember all the rules also, rounding of rules also. Be very careful. So addition. Addition. All of you remember. Addition. X is equals to, for example, A plus B means, then delta X is equals to what will become? Anybody can tell me? Delta X will become what? Delta A plus delta B. Understanding? So then what is the result will come up? So the result will come X plus or minus delta X. Is it okay, everyone? Answer please. Yes? Laksha?
Yes, sir.
That is. Now, let us take the example now. So example if you have taken, so what is the things means? For example, 3 plus or minus 0.3 and 2 plus or minus 0.2. So can you tell me what is the rounding off? Rounding off and tell me the errors. Addition. If you do addition alone we are doing. Addition means how much it will come? 3 plus 0.3. How much it is?
3.3.
Yes? All of you.
3.3.
3 and this one addition x plus delta x, what is that?
2.2.
Yes,
2.2.
2.2. Now make this addition both, add this both, everybody will tell me how much it will come. 3.3 plus 2.2,
5.5.
5.5. That is the maximum. Are you clear? Now go with the subtraction. 3 minus 0.3, how much it will come? This is addition, brothers. This is the addition. So maximum we will get 5.5. Now minimum you can come. Minus 3 minus 0.3. How much? Addition.
2.7.
2.7. 7.
2.7. And this one maximum
1.8.
1.8.
1.8. So we added, how much it will come? 2.7 plus 1.8. Addition. Subtraction.
4.6.
4 point. 4 point.
5.
How much, Ra?
8, sir.
That is what it is. You should tell me what is that? 2.7 plus 1.8.
4.5.
4.5.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Is it true?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 4 point.
Yes, sir.
4.5. Yes. Everybody. So this is the minimum value will come and this is the what? Maximum value will come. Yes or no? So when we add two things or when we subtract the two things. So addition it is. Next, coming to the subtraction. So if I have taken the subtraction, so be very careful. Whatever it is, addition or subtraction. Now here you have to remember one rule. Subtraction means what will come? Here addition means x equals to a plus b. Subtraction means what will come? X equals to a minus b. And you remember delta x, then what will become delta x? Can you tell me? Delta x become what?
Delta A minus delta B.
Yes. Delta a. Yes, please respond. Delta a minus delta b. Yes or no? But remember one thing. Now I am saying in errors, all of you remember, errors are always added in addition and subtraction. Now tell me, brothers, after this statement, here plus or minus will come up. Addition and subtraction. Plus will come or minus will come up. Laksha, errors are always added in addition and subtraction. Then what will come here, guys?
Plus.
Plus or minus? Plus. That is what you have to remember. Are you all clear, everybody? All of you remember,
Okay.
always either it is an addition or subtraction. Always error should be added. That is what you have to remember. Any doubt, anybody can ask. Clear, guys? Yes, please. Clear, you finish it. Meeting is going to end. Join back and